afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It's Dr. Renee and my lovely friend. Oh, this way, Dr. Kelly. That's so funny to me. So first, I'm going to be like Dr. Kelly because she does such a good job at this. Please, everyone, and I'm going to put something up so you can remember. Comment, like, share, and start a watch party. So right now, I'm going to start a watch party because that's what I have to do myself. And I would like you to do the same. And also, as you come in, please say hello and tell us where you're watching from. I think we have folks from everywhere that watch us. I just saw another a new follower that I think she's an island woman.
Oh, really?
I think she watched the show before. So you all missed Dr. Renee show. Literally just went off, and we had Nika Nurse and Dr. Nicole Grimes. Nika Nurse of Best Dressed Plate and Dr. Nicole Grimes of Cara Biz Network. Amazing episode. You should go check it out. And earlier this week, we had Greg Williams of Switch, R&B group. Awesome episode. And I'm going to get started with this in a second. See, I just found my thing to start the watch party. Just had my sister on the phone. I should have had her do it. I forgot. Okay. I just hit mute, and that's what happens. I tell you. Okay, so everyone, thank you for coming. Hi, Eva. Sup, Mom. Okay, so everyone, comment, like, share, start your watch party, and most importantly, Kelly knows I have 800 hours left that I need, and you guys, if I could get them by Tuesday, that means I can get a check in August, and that's when my birthday is. So please, everyone, watch at least 1 hour of the Ask Dr. Nate show. You don't even have to watch it. Just hit play and hit mute and let it be on a tab. Because I know we got 50 million tabs open just like I do. You all got 5011 open? I do too. So please, 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 or play it on your iPad and put it in another room. Just please, I need these 800 hours. We're almost there. I am less than 25% left to get there. Like I'm at like 7.
That's pretty good.
Right? This is amazing. Okay, so thank you, Eva. So what week is this, Kelly? Is this 15 or is it 16?
I stopped counting. I have no idea.
Okay, well, it's week 15 to 16-ish. Not sure. But it has been quite a journey. So if you saw the title, are we there yet? Seems to be the question everyone's asking. Last night, I did Black Doctor. Oh, good afternoon, Chef Alicia Nicole, foodie engineer. So yesterday I did blackdoctor.org, and we had somebody say, I thought we were in the second wave. And we both, me and the other physician, Dr. Everett, who is a COVID survivor, praise the Lord, we were both like, hi, Tamika. We said, no, we are not in the second wave.
First wave is not over yet.
The first wave's not over yet, you guys. So in Illinois, I don't know about your graph, but ours is coming down. So when it starts to go back up, you guys, that would be the second wave. Makes sense, right? So we are still in the first wave. It's really sad that we're still in the first wave, and you see what's happening around the country. Thankfully, not here in Illinois, but specifically in Texas. Texas, did you hear? They actually had to rescind the open up order and go back to shutdown. So, we know we have friends that work in the different ERs in these different states. And I know in Houston, fellow Antiguan, she was like, Dr. Smith, she said, that their ICUs are filling up fast.
Yeah, I think somewhere in Texas, they had to start putting patients in pediatric units. So the pediatricians who take care of little people
are now taking care of adults.
We're managing adults. So you don't want.
Look, I'm going to tell you, I was just about to say, I'm just telling you, that's not the doctor I want seeing me, because I ain't been less than 18 in a long, long time. So that is just horrible. It's not fair. But this is what's happening. And this is why it was so important that you open up gradually and that you stay at home. Because, go ahead.
You made a really good point. She said Europe is doing much better than us. The Caribbean is also doing much better.
Wait a minute. I just sent Kelly a lovely message. The wonderful, beautiful woman, what is her name, your prime minister in Barbados?
Prime Minister Mia Motley.
She had a press conference this afternoon, and she already said that you guys are COVID-free. So Barbados is COVID-free. There's only 2 islands, and now I forgot the second one. I'll try to find it while Kelly's talking. But there's 2 islands, unless Alicia can jump in and tell me. 2 islands are leading the countries across the world in how they handle COVID. Praise God to the Caribbean.
The reason why that happened is because, well, 2 things. It's a cultural difference. I really think we in the Caribbean listen to our leaders. We have really strong leadership. Like she shut the country down for like almost a month where you couldn't go anywhere. If you
Barbados and Dominica,
if you were caught on the streets without a valid reason, you could be fined. There were folks that broke curfew and ended up in the paper the next day in handcuffs.
I mean, they weren't playing, and I'm glad they weren't playing because, first of all, let's think about this. Did you see how many people have died in the U.S.? If that many people, there's not that many people on half of the islands. So that would have wiped out islands. And, you know, shoot, me and Kelly and Eva, my sister, our families, for Pete's sake. So I am so glad to hear that things are so great over there, which is why I need to go. But because I'm not sure about y'all.
No, Italy, we saw Italy where they're really ridiculously high numbers. They also shut the country down, and now they're doing better. But I don't understand. I really don't get it. Like, if we told people, you know what, donate, give, like, cut one kidney out, and you'll get rid of COVID or prevent COVID, you know. But we're asking people just to wear a mask. It's not that hard to put a mask on. There's surgeons who are in the operating theater for hours a day,
and not just hours. Let's be honest. There's 8-hour surgeries. I'm sure you've had a relative who's had 8-hour surgery, and they wear masks for 8 hours. And they've been doing this for years, and they don't die from carbon dioxide poisoning. So crazy. So crazy.
I saw there was some public hearings in Florida, and residents were voicing their concerns and their disgust with being forced to wear a mask. And I'm like, it's a simple fix. And I really think that if wearing a mask protected the person who wore it, more people would wear a mask. But because it protects other people and you don't care about other people because you're selfish, you're not going to wear one. And that's what's happening.
So, everyone, I actually left my home this week. I went and walked on the lakefront Wednesday and Thursday and was hoping today, and in case you didn't hear what's going on here, thunder and lightning just struck just a few minutes ago. So don't know that I'll be going outside today. It looks a little funny out there. But I got in 7-something miles yesterday, 18,000 steps. So I'm so glad to be back out. But guess who wore her mask the entire time? And it's been beautiful weather in Chicago, so it wasn't cold either. So I wore my mask the whole time on the lakefront, and the whole time I was outside, I wore my mask, and I didn't take it off until I came back into my place, and I wore it completely from leaving here. And I was like, I thought it would be a problem, but it's not a problem. It's not a big deal. I have a cotton mask. My mask is really full. It's too far. It goes from top of my nose to under my chin.
Great point. Please cover your nose when you wear a mask.
Or you might as well not wear one, to be honest with you.
And also, these masks that have these valves, those are dangerous. If a patient comes into my office with a mask that has a valve, I give them one. I get them to change it because when you have a mask that has a valve, you are still the valve still allows you to breathe out COVID-19 to other people. So you're not really protecting anybody else if you have those masks that have a valve. So be careful. Still do the 6 feet social distancing, even if you have a mask, even if other people have a mask on, especially if they have those ones that have the valves.
Yes, it's very important. And I was telling people, I've done some Facebook lives, lives, period. So YouTube, Twitch, you can see my videos while I'm walking. And I said, it's funny how I wear my mask, and there's a lot of people that didn't wear masks on the lakefront, and then they don't want to make eye contact with me because you know you're wrong. You know it's you. I'm talking to you. You're wrong. So, and I'm always looking at them like, hi, yeah. I have my mask on. So this week was a really, really, really great documentary called Dark Girls. And this was part 2. I don't know if anyone saw part 1. That was actually years ago, probably more than 5. But part 2 was great. Kelly and I both being of a darker hue. We really related to it. And then They took it to Antigua, which of course just excited me so. They had two ladies from Antigua on there, and they showed the island too, which was beautiful, of course. So I know me personally, because the way I grew up and growing up with all white people, it was really difficult because I wasn't even, I couldn't pass for nothing. I stood out like a sore thumb. I was dark and everyone else was white. And it was rough growing up. I related with a lot of the things that those girls were saying because it was very, very rough. Like when the little girl was crying, I understood why she was crying. She was in high school. I got it because, she was saying how her friend hated her color and stuff. It's like, that's just terrible. I see now as a grown person, and it's a really bad trend. A lot of, especially in African countries, I know a little bit of the Caribbean are bleaching their skin, and it looks so obvious. Like I can walk and tell someone and say, "Oh, that person's bleaching their skin." It's very obvious, and I'm like, "But I'm all about the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice." So the darker I can get, the happier I am. But what do you say, Kelly?
I mean, the documentary was amazing. If you guys have not seen it, please go out and see it. So I grew up in Barbados. I moved here in my mid-20s. So yes, in Barbados, there's classism. There's a lot of colorism. I think even in diaspora, we have internalized this like inferiority and this kind of self-hate thing. But I did not really experience racism or see the effects of racism until I moved here. And, a lot of the comments that I've heard about my hair, about my lips, which when I was younger, I hated my lips. Like I thought my lips were too big. Gosh, if I pouted, I'd be like, I hated my lips. Only as I got older, I was like, my lips are absolutely beautiful. I have a beautiful smile. But I grew up hating parts of myself, the African parts of myself, my big nose, my big lips. And the times that I've heard disparaging comments about my 4C hair have been from other Black women. Yes. I won't even go into comments that I've told. I'm sorry that I did not cuss them out when I had the chance. I probably should have put down those boundaries. But I think as women, as Black women, we need to stop doing that. The good hair and the bad hair, But it's all about that internalized self-hate, that we still think that we are inferior. We still think that the lighter you are, the more attractive you are. And even our Black men, they reinforce some of those thoughts and stereotypes.
Yeah, you're right.
When you look on television and the actresses, who do you see? Mainly the Black ones. Who do you see? The lighter skin, the curlier hair, right?
Yeah, times are changing. Praise the Lord. But because when I watched TV, and the first woman I really paid attention to on TV was Oprah Winfrey, and Oprah and I looked a lot alike. Right. A lot alike. And so I was very glad to see, she wasn't thin, pencil thin. And I at the time wore my hair straight too. So I related, and I was like, okay. And so that's why that was my thing. And that's what created if you want to call it obsession with Oprah, was because Oprah really was a reflection of me on television and kind of showed me, because I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I was like, well, shoot, I can get there. If she got there, I can get there. Why can't I get there?
But we've heard actresses like Viola Davis talk about, getting roles, only getting certain types of roles because they had darker skin, So we have a long way to go as a society.
We do. And I always say we have to be the change that we want to see. So I'm sorry, I do a lot of things. I have not added script writing or television writing or movie writing to that yet, because God knows I have a friend. You guys have seen her on the show. Christine Swanson's been on the Ask Dr. Renee show twice, and she says she can teach me, because I have stories. I just need somebody else to write them. But I promise you, we need to tell the stories, and we need to produce them and get them up there. So here's Soca Mom Eva. I couldn't manage watching. I didn't hate my color growing up, and I always consider that type of self-hate so upsetting. Yes, very so upsetting. Her mom's side had color issues. Her dad didn't, so it was always sort of odd.
Yeah, it was tough to watch, because some parts really, really hit home for me.
Yeah. And I actually said once I became established, I was going to get my nose job. And I used to always say that. But the funniest thing, though, when I lost weight, it started getting smaller anyway. My mother was like, "You're right," because like my glasses kept falling down my nose, and I was like, "Mom, I think it's because of my face is getting smaller." And she's like, "You might be right," but I love me. I'm good. You know, I'm not gonna cut anything. I also wanted a boob job too, FYI, but that was just because the girls are just kind of big, and I love my girls now, and so we're fine. We're just gonna stay right where we're at.
Parents have to really, give that positive reinforcement to their black children, especially the black girls, telling them that they're beautiful. So that if my daddy says I'm beautiful, my mommy says I'm beautiful, I don't need to hear it from anybody else. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the problem in society today. I think there's a lot of children that don't work, that are not raised that way, unfortunately. There's a commercial Will Smith talks about how they gave him 100-page manual to operate the television, and there's no manual for parenting, and there's no test to pass to be a parent. So not everyone should be a parent. I hate to say it. There are some people out there, I'm like, Lord, you do not need children. You should have never had them, because you are destroying these people who are going to in turn keep this going, unfortunately. But that's that. So I guess we will see you again next week. Dear God, I hope that half the country is not shut down next week, but it might be, because when that numbers just keep flying, like I know you saw the article. There was a family that had a birthday party or something in North Texas. It was 18 people. And its range of ages, as a matter of fact, I will tell you, one of my doctor friends said the majority of the people she's seeing in Houston in the hospital are young people.
Because they're not taking it seriously. And that's the thing. Even if you are young and you get COVID-19 and you don't die, you survive, you can still have like scarring of your lungs, might not have the same exercise tolerance. Like there's survival, but people don't survive and go back to normal. So you just don't want to get it.
It might take a while to go back to normal. Also, I want to
if you ever get back to normal health,
I want to make sure I tell you guys there is it's called COVID convalescent plasma therapy. And here in the Chicagoland area, all the Advocate hospitals are participating on June 29th, but you just have to call your local hospital. So if you're someone that had COVID-19 and you are now well, you can go and donate your plasma to people who are currently sick to help them get better, so that they can have the antibodies that you have. You have to test positive for the antibodies. So you should be able to call a local hospital and tell them you're interested. It should not cost you anything. But tell them you're interested, because right now this is the only treatment that they do have. And so this hospital, a bunch of the doctors got COVID-19. So they are leading the charge in donating their plasma and encouraging the community that has been, positive and is now negative to go do the same thing. Kelly, today FedEx picked up my package. That's why I'm wearing a Band-Aid. You see my Band-Aid? No, I'm not giving you out a middle finger. Now I know what diabetics go through, your patients, and I'm never going to be a diabetic. I have no problems with needles, but hit that Lancet and all that, if I had to do that all the time, I'd be bothered. And this is not cute. So, I handed in my stuff. We had told the NIH we'd be interested in participating. And so I did give my blood samples today. So we won't find out the results, but at least I know I did something. I did what I could do. But thank you, everyone. We will see you next week. Au revoir.